Trying to send data. It says streaming now.
We haven't even started, so you're fine. You know what? We're gonna gib, so let me mute myself.
Maybe it just needed to. I don't know. But I think that's good. If it stops, we'll know. Well, I'll know because a little note will show up like it just did. Okay. Good to go? Yes. Yeah, probably. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice, Wider World. This season, a D&D podcast about 4 wayward adventurers out to rescue some goblins and figure out what's wrong with Wilhelm's Hull. I'm M, and I play Haribo Tamagotchi, changeling artificer not of this world. He's currently Haribo and has been for a long time. What we're talking about this time is just some individual media recommendations, and I think mine is going to be a show called Chaos that had just come out recently. It reminds me very, very much of like the Baz Luhrmann's like Romeo and Juliet from the 90s, I believe it was. Also an incredible, piece of media, a very specific take on Romeo and Juliet. But this, I feel like that's the art style that I am called back to while watching it. It's very, very good. Jeff Goldblum, of course, fantastic as always. Just like kind of takes the Greek mythos and turns it on a modern head. It's very good, very nicely. I don't know. It's just good for the viewer. Like, it's just feels a little more heightened than a lot of media I've seen recently. So, really solid, worth a watch.
Hi, my name is Lawrence, and I play Sparkalonius, the gelatinous bard made of goo and Sparkalonius stuff. As far as media recommendations, I've been getting caught up with a little lesser known show. Maybe you might have heard of it, maybe you haven't. Totally bingeable. It's all out there. It's a little show called The Sopranos. Show ended in 2007, and I was far too young to watch it then. Pretty good show. If you like accents, they all have one. That's for sure.
Alrighty.
Everyone
my name is
technically has one. Sorry.
So my statement is true.
My name is Grace Stringer, and I play Marjorie Richback, our necromantic cleric. I don't know if that's a word, but I just wanted to say. And me and my boyfriend have been consuming an ungodly amount of Forged in Fire, which is just the British Bake Off, but it's forging, knife work, and weaponry. And that's just what we've been watching. We are now on season 6? 5?
That's a lot of blacksmithing that you've consumed.
It's
so much
down on
Forged
Forged
in
in
Fire.
Fire. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. And also the host, he is so handsome, and he just gets handsomer and handsomer every season. We just have been enjoying watching that unfold as well. And also one of the judges looks just like Griffin McElroy, which I find delightful. I don't know what his name is, but I just call him Griffin. It's Griffin KFC and then Doug Marcaida. And of course, Will Willis.
Anything that you've learned about forgery, blacksmithing?
I've learned that actually it's not very common to quench in water. That is fake news. Apparently, it's supposed to quench in oil.
Oh.
Quenching in water the temperature drops so fast that it will cause stress fractions and cracks in your metal. And so then when you do your chop test or your slice test or your puncture test or any of the classics,
all very scientific tests,
very
by the way.
Scientific, accurate. Doug Marcaida just loves to
at least 2 TV shows use them.
Around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they'll
It's a
shatter or
lot
break.
of pigs to be hacking
I guess.
into.
I gasp every time. And there's drama. I don't get why. I don't get though. My one qualm is I don't get why it happens in an enclosed space. Because like every episode, there's like a 50-year-old man that has to go sit outside because there are 4 forges in this warehouse. Why is it not like in ancient times? It was out in the open because duh, it's giant hot flames and there's 4 of them. And so every episode, a man has to leave the room and like have a towel. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder why it happened. I'm like, I think I know.
If you like the blacksmithing one, there's one called Blown Away, which is for glass blowing. That's basically the same thing, but it's glass blowing and very good as well. If you like
they do
some
one
good
for
glass art.
And like
do one
and
for
Great
pottery, right?
Throwdown.
Yeah.
Great Pottery Throwdown. Kate and I are watching that one. That's
Oh, I
very
didn't know.
good.
I would watch the pottery one in a heartbeat.
Oh
I
my-
love that.
oh
I
no,
watched
there's
the
like 6
metalworking
seasons
one.
of that too.
I'm
my
not
God,
gonna
it's so
lie, I
good.
was just about to make a joke like let's find 3 more, but there probably already is actually 3 more.
Yeah, I mean, we watched a metalworking
Yeah.
one. There's a pottery one. We'll keep going.
Everyone is great. There's
There's
a
a
lot of
Lego
crying. What is it?
one.
I think we're
That's
probably
not
coming
as
to the
cool,
end of
but-
some of the wholesome ones. Like they get more competitive the further down this list we go. But
The pottery one is probably like top tier wholesome, I will say. The judge literally weeps if someone tries really hard to make a pot.
That's amazing.
It's
That's
so
amazing.
it's so sweet. He's like this giant man with crispy end hair and like hairy arms. And then if somebody tries really hard on a pot and it's maybe a little wonky, but he saw them put effort into it, he'll just cry a lot. He has a special hanky. It's really quite nice.
really gross.
So artistic
This is
reality
one
competition
hanky.
shows. I'm into
Sorry,
it.
I'm sorry. I'm a little.
No.
I'm sorry. I've been
No,
watching
what-
a lot of Fortune Fire. That's all I think
Yeah.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're just giving a slew of recs for post.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
the whole purpose of the segment. That's,
You're way more
have a good
passionate
time
about-
giving Rex.
You're way more passionate about it than I am about The Sopranos. I think The Sopranos is just fine. It's good. It's a good drama, you know.
Is that still
Look,
your
it's
media
well
rec?
acted.
It's fine, he says. Everyone,
I mean,
go
I'm not
watch
gonna
it.
lie,
Maybe it's
the
fine.
only other thing that I've been watching is a YouTuber named Spoon Kid, and I can't recommend him. All he does is fumble the bag.
It's just fine. Says Lauren. Does it have
Awesome.
awards?
The Sopranos. It's just fine.
A ringing endorsement. And on that note, I'm Michael, and I play Thaddeus Offroot, the Dwarven fighter. And my media recommendation is my partner and I are currently getting caught up on season 1 of Squid Games in preparation to watch season 2. And
That
I'd
was
forgotten
good.
how good and how intense the first season of Squid Games was. We've got 1 episode left of season 1, and if you have not seen it, I highly recommend it.
Oh my gosh, great! It's so crazy.
It is. I mean, it's very, very intense.
I
The
would not
reality
make it.
competition version of Squid Games is also pretty good.
Have not seen the reality one. I did. That was one of the few TV crazes sweeping the nation that I did manage to come along with. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Theodore Stringer. Tonight I will be playing 6 or 7 named NPCs plus some others, probably. Media recommendation. I read Player Piano by Kurt Vonnegut recently, and that is a really good book. Set in like the IBM back when computers still had tubes, and tubes were a big part of technology. That person's idea of the near future and sort of an alternate reality set in that branch.
Damn.
And just one man's life falling apart, interspersed with little snippets of the rest of society. And it's a pretty good book. I wasn't sure about it, but I enjoyed the aesthetic. And then the story started rolling along, and I was like, "Oh boy, he can't fumble it this bad, can he?" And he could. Yeah, no, it was a good time. You should read the book.
Player Piano by Kurt Vonnegut.
Vonnegut. Mm-hmm.
However, we have a
Hmm.
different story to tell.
Yeah. In this branch reality, we have been ushered to the green room. We have had, I believe, 2 separate adventures last episode. But I
came
don't
together.
actually know because I didn't listen to it.
Oh, I got this one.
Oh, hell yeah.
We came
Take
together
this
at
one.
the beginning of last episode. They brought me back unconscious to the cage, and I woke up. Did the thing where I stripped my overalls off just as fast as I could, which actually didn't look that bad on the video. Like, I caught enough of it. Yeah, but I got my overalls fast enough to see all the stuff happening with the runes on my thigh.
Okay.
And I got some nat 20s on checking that out, so I know more about it. And then Lawrence also got a nat 20 on figuring some stuff out about it, so we've ideally begun to break that down. We know about as much as we could about the core of, I guess, whatever that is. I don't exactly remember it. You described the shape
it's
of
your
it,
brand.
but I've been branded by something powerful, and there are now a third magic force also fighting somewhere in there.
Okay,
yeah.
I will have to listen to the exact words that I say.
Yeah, that one's a pretty intense
to
moment.
Figure that one out. Yeah,
It's a
Broad
pretty
strokes, I
intense
know what that
episode
means.
that happens exclusively in a jail cell.
Yeah, I checked out more
It's
about
a lot of really good knowledge checks.
my belt, I guess. But just a little bit of detail there, and then we made the plan to go in and try to perform. We're gonna use Hrum Num to help.
Yeah,
if he wants us to save him, he must help us with our plan.
I think our plan is to create a mirror image of at least one of the party. And we know of a stable that is nearby that we're going to try and hopefully release some animals to cause a ruckus. And we know that the goblins from the Goblin Village are here. So we're gonna have to save them from this Goblin Village and take them back to our Goblin Village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we're going down to a ceremony. It's their ceremony to prove if they can become a part of the one tribe. They have something big they gotta kill, and we're performing as like entertainment. Yeah. And then we were taken to the green room. And then also, to be specific, Marjorie did see full butthole.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God.
I want to remind,
may not yet
it's
know.
important. It's important.
Oh my God.
Marjorie
not
saw
yet know.
Haribo's full butthole.
We may not yet know about Wilhelm's hole, but we've definitely learned a lot.
Why are you
It
saying
feels important to bring back up just in case.
why is it as a full bowl?
Oh man, I don't know. I was like legs up in the air trying to check out the brand. I was hiding behind Sparkalonius, and you peeked.
Yeah, you peeked behind the privacy Sparkalonius.
Yep.
That's on
Oh
you.
boy.
I didn't need to. Oh man.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
I had to remind you.
I mean, you didn't have to, but
No.
It felt important. We're doing a
if he
last
didn't-
time on.
If he didn't, I wasn't going to, so.
Yeah, we're doing a last time on. But yeah, then they showed up and took us to the green room.
Okay. So we begin in the green room. The green room is green from all the moss in here. You are in a sort of a cleft in the mountainside, a fissure that comes down to create a space enough for perhaps 10 to 15 people to sit on the cushiony moss coating every surface. None of this slippery nonsense, just good cushiony moss bathed in mountain mists and also trickling mountain springs that come down from the skylight. The skylight woven over with moss and branches, but light comes down, springs come down, and at the far side of the green room are 2 circular tunnels. Steam is coming up from these tunnels. On the other side of the room is the big door that you guys came in through. Shut behind you. The goblins who dropped you off said, "When you hear the drums, choose your tunnel."
Wait, I'm sorry. Which tunnel leads us to the entertainment? We're just here to entertain.
No, both of them lead to the entertainment. But one of them is a set of stairs, and one of them is a slide.
Are we supposed to split up, or should we all go to the same one?
Nah, I mean you can do whatever you want, but if anyone takes the slide, they're the opener. Because the stairs take a long time.
So if no one takes the slide, there's no opener?
I mean,
Talk
we
about
can
arriving fashionably late.
we know how to have our own fun.
All right. What about my rider?
What?
You know, the things that you provide me since we're performing?
Boston
rider.
was supposed to get you the rider.
Boston
Oh, yeah,
always has the
good.
rider.
Ah, I see. That's the source of confusion. Well, I'm sure you'll find all the things you need to get ready for your performance here in the green room. And he leaves.
Sparklonius looks at the moss to his left and the moss to his right. None of these are green M&Ms. I'm furious. I'm not going out there.
Don't be like that, boss. We need you. We need you to lead the band.
Boston, would you like to be the opener?
I must.
Have you been practicing your juggling?
No, Sparkalonius. Unfortunately that's in my rider. I have a very strict non-performance clause in my rider. And you know why.
If we can split this up into some acts, we might be able to have the rest of us figure out what they need to. Maybe we can sneak down the stairs and scope out the party while the opener's taking care of, opening the show.
I mean, did they say we had to have an opener? They just said that if you go down the slide, you are the opener. If you go down the slide,
you are the opener.
So they kind of expect us to take a while. So we could just send 2 to go down the stairs to eventually perform, while the rest of us go find.
I could do some of my stand-up.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Warm the crowd up with a little bit of your stand-up.
Have we heard him do stand-up before?
I don't think we have.
No, I haven't. I've been practicing in private. I haven't done any live yet, so
you got a tight 5 you've been preparing.
I don't know how good it is, but I could definitely stall for quite some time. I've got a long list. Sparkalonius plops his pot out onto the ground, and he rummages through it for a minute. He pulls out a scroll. It's a very, very long scroll. Yeah, I just keep my comedy notes here, so I could just go through all of this and see what sticks.
It's not bad. It should hold the attention for quite some time. We just really have to figure out the layout of this room and where to push the goblins to when we do this. Is Stuve with us? Is Stuve in the whole cart with us in this mountain?
No, I mean in the green room here with you? No. Stuve is probably in the prison stable.
Well, we can't abandon Stuve.
No, I won't.
Yeah, if you leave Stuve alone too long, he's going to try and eat something other than camels.
If one of us sneaks back and, causes the trouble in the stables as we begin our thing, they may have to split their forces, giving us a lot more of a leeway down here to maneuver the goblins. Not really sure what's down there, but I'm sure we'll see soon.
Well, how do we know how far the stables are from the green room? Like, do we know where the stables are? Did I miss that?
We've seen them as we've been in the village before. We do know of them and where they are. We know
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean they're where you guys were staying. They're just just outside of there.
I just didn't know if that was like an added time thing of like now figuring out where.
I mean, it would probably take a minute to get back there. You know where it is and the direction that it is, but that would take time. We would have to do some scenes before we got back to that person.
I've got a lot of stand-up. And whenever small people come out, I can just sort of create the mirrored image of maybe Thaddeus. I could
Also
maybe
doing stand up.
um
Oh my god.
Dueling stand-up.
probably drums.
Stand-up drums.
Maybe like bongos. You know? Sort of jazz it up.
Yeah, is it up?
Jazz
I
up
know
my
bongos.
jazz up my one-liners, I'll say a joke and you'll go doodle-doodle-doodle-doo.
I think I don't know that we've ever been so little in control of what is about to happen on our journey. Besides right now.
I wasn't going to say
now.
anything, but I feel that way too. I'm very
Yeah.
scared.
We're just sort of planning for the ether. I feel like at this point it might have just been because we're trying to fill the silence. But we have no fucking clue what's about to go down there.
No. Not even a little bit.
Does anyone
Sparkaloni's-
want to inspect the tunnels? Want to do perception checks to listen to.
Sparkalonius is
Yeah.
going to walk up to one of the tunnels, and he's going to say, "Could everyone turn around, please?"
Like away from you, or
Yes, please. What I'm about to do is a little embarrassing, but it
Sure.
might give us an advantage we need.
All right then.
Okay.
Okay.
Sparkalonius extends an appendage from his midsection, about 10 feet down the hole, and then he's going to make a perception check.
Oh, just
Yeah,
like
all right,
long
that's-
ear.
That's nuts. Yeah, you can. I'll give you advantage for having a extendo ear down this.
Yeah,
this tunnel.
I have a proboscis. 19.
Ow.
I needed that advantage. My first one was a 5. What do I hear with my proboscis?
With your proboscis, you hear one thing, and I think you also sense one thing. You hear a ways off and down, a sound that's very familiar to you. The dull roar of a large crowd. Chattering, hooting, just all blended together down in the distance in the mountain. the thing that you feel is that as you descend with your proboscis down this tunnel, it is like a spiral staircase kind of a tunnel. And once you get down your 10 feet, it is not like uncomfortable in any way, but it is noticeably warmer the further you have extended your tentacle down this hole.
Is there a volcano in this mountain?
Does anyone else wanna make checks? Jump in the hole?
Don't want to go
Yeah,
down this way.
I guess we're still waiting
Just a strong
respectfully
shove.
I guess a full nature check
That
then
means
with that
something evil.
info to see if what I know about the area scientifically, you know.
The stairs are hot.
A natural 19 nature I think is +3, so 22.
Okay. Yes, it's definitely like a geothermal thing happening down here. Or at least it feels like it. That's what all of the indicators, the steam, the sort of it's sort of a wet inside of the tunnel. The heat that Sparkalonius reported. This doesn't feel like a volcano to you though. You're not like a geologist, but you know science. You know different kinds of rocks.
I would
This
imagine the
isn't
moss is also speaking against that. Doesn't feel like that would grow on the inside of a volcano.
probably not. Who knows? But like these rocks, these aren't volcano rocks. So like there is some sort of there's heat activity happening down in this hole. It's not a volcano.
That is good. No, not a volcano.
You hear sort of a mumbling grumble come from behind you as Rumnum rouses himself. Looks about him and says, "What happened? How are we here?"
Ah, Rum, how'd we get here? You let us in. Where are we?
Oh no!
No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for carrying the bags.
Oh, you're welcome. He comes over to look at everything going on. And he rolls a critical failure.
That's okay. We didn't want your help, Rum.
Damn.
Rumnum, do you think this
Yeah.
is a good joke? And Sparkalonius just points to a random place on his scroll.
I can't read that.
Sorry. It's a bit wet.
Flings it off. Droplets of Sparkalonia stuff scatter.
Can the sparkling stuff like attach itself, like the Iron Giant, like slowly goes back?
Yeah,
Or-
no matter what, no matter where it is, it'll always try to find me. It's
I
like
don't
a,
know.
it's
I'm
like
just
a,
trying to learn.
it's like a snail.
We'll always be learning about Sparkalonia stuff.
I don't think that's how snails work.
No, it's how one
Snails
specific
work.
snail works. You're immortal, and if the snail touches you, you die. You know about that one. He always knows where you are.
Santa.
Just like my Sparkalonia stuff. My Sparkalonia
Santa
stuff
the
always
snail?
knows where I am.
I wrote on my notes 3 IRL minutes to prep here in this room.
All right,
Yeah, we
I'm gonna go down the
prepped on our
slide.
way in. I was gonna say Haribo wants to start making his way down the stairs. He was told it was gonna take a while, and he needs to see what's going on down here.
Rumnum, do you want to come with me down the stairs, or down the slide, or down the stairs? With Haribo.
Oh man, there's such good options.
How's your Type 5, Rumnum?
You can't stay here.
I mean, I'm not part of the band, am I? Are you sure?
You could be part of the stand-up routine.
Mm,
Can you juggle?
I guess it gets me out of here faster. I guess.
That it does.
Herumnum takes the slide.
Now
Gib
let's
also
just
wants
wait.
the slide.
Let him be the opener.
He doesn't know that. He'll get there from.
We're going to send in this guy that's
For us.
totally unprepared to be the opener.
He's already taken the slide, Thaddeus. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Hey, counterpoint. We just say we don't know him, and that he just took the slide
He's
to
just some
open him.
crazed fan.
Yeah, he's just some guy. We don't know this guy.
We have
He's
no
a
I can't believe I'm
He's
this
a
band.
groupie.
He came
Yeah,
running through
exactly.
the room. He dove into the slide. We have no idea who this man is. He is not the
Hello,
opener.
I'm your opener, Sparklonius. Ah, who's this guy?
Exactly. Confusion, chaos. You're welcome.
Honestly, it gets rid of the Harumnum problem right then.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I can
And
live
whatever
with that.
happens to him, it's just the will of Velcheron, you know?
We hear that as me and Harumnum are going down the slide, and Sparklonius says to Harumnum, Don't worry, you're in good hands with me.
And I'm here too.
Oh,
Oh.
Gib!
Give!
Come
Well,
along then.
I'm going to take the stairs if anyone
Wee.
wants to join.
Yeah,
and
I
will
Harbo
go
starts
with
hop
Harbo
down
on
the
the
stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the boss was thinking.
I thought we had gotten rid of Harumnum, but Sparklonius jumped very soon after him.
Wee.
I don't know if they actually heard us. I would have waited.
Thaddeus, as you're coming down the down these stairs, make a perception or investigation check.
Alrighty.
That's
a 14.
Okay. I think with a 14, you as you're coming down these stairs, you trip on one of them. And that's
awesome.
annoying. That's poor craftsmanship. And as you're down on these stairs, having tripped on them, you notice that they are like roughly hewn out of this tunnel. The rest of this tunnel is like pretty nice as far as tunnel boring and through the rock goes. But these stairs are dreadful. And I think with a 14, you can definitely say that the bore work on this tunnel, this is dwarven bore work.
I would share that with
Like-
Haribo.
Yeah, these stairs were added in afterwards, but this borehole seems like an exhaust vent of some sort of dwarven make.
Okay.
A new hole.
Yeah, and I would
Yeah,
share that
Wilhelm's
with Marjorie too, and Barslin, who's with us. I'd share that with everyone on the stairs.
Excellent.
Now we
So
have
the stairs-
Wilhelm's hole and this dwarven boar hole to get to the bottom
The
of.
dwarven borehole.
So you guys are learning things about holes. Meanwhile, Team A is, it's getting pretty warm down here, Team A. And you've been doing loop-de-loops for a minute. And out you come, out the end of this tunnel. And out into an immense cave. And I do have a picture of this cave in my mind, but this is we're gonna see. We'll try and get to what I'm talking about here. This cave A is huge. It seems to you like the inside of the mountain must be hollow or something. Just the amount of space here in this cave. It's not. Let's see. The upper tiers of this cave are not like inhabited in the sense that like there's like not buildings or anything. However, there are many tiers of like railings, I suppose, and lining the railings are bunches and bunches of goblins.
They're like the balcony boxes, but for goblins.
Yeah, the nosebleeds of the cave. You have shot out of this tube onto a slatted metal platform. It is raised up. Let's go 20 feet above a wide open floor. This platform is hexagonal, and as you're looking around, you see that the rest of this floor and like the construction that this floor is made from are all sort of made of these hexagonal pieces, towers, I guess, or some such. And the entire bottom of this this cave is strewn with them. They exist at differing heights, forming sort of a bowl, and then a series of large, low steps further away from you. But you are on a platform that is slightly higher up and slightly jutting out over the rest of them. Milling about.
Go ahead. No, finish your description.
Let's see. Milling about down on this sort of stage floor, dance floor, are many regimented hobgoblins. Sort of, they are. It feels very like upscale reception. Like there is even order to their drinking. Sort of a very tightly scheduled meet and greet with each other, almost kind of vibe. There's lots else going on in this room just because it is so big, but I think beyond that description, we would need checks. So I will take questions if anything wasn't clear.
Like a big soiree in a big like bowl size or arena sized bowl.
Basically, yes. Yes.
Sparkalonius raises both of his hands high above his head, and then he extends them to raise his hands even higher above his head. And then he says to the onlooking crowd, who I assume has gone at least somewhat silent now, or quieter. Do I have like a horn or I guess I have a horn. I can speak through that. I just yell through my horn. Hello! Good evening! It is I!
Silence falls at hello. Everyone turns and looks at you. And as you say, it is I, Gibb shoots out of the tunnel on his belly and like slides up next to you. So now you have the full trio. Gibb, yourself, and Hrumnum, who is laying on his side in the fetal position after all of the spinning and rolling.
It is I, Sparkalonius, of the band Kissing Booth. I'm holding for applause.
There's
two goblins. Two goblins up in the nosebleeds are like, yeah, Kissing Booth.
Thank you. And of course, this is our bowl player Gibb. And this is a man that I met today. His name is Harumnum. They're going to be doing some acrobatics for you here in a little bit, but first I have a few jokes to get you folks warmed up. Has anyone here ever met a dwarf?
Yes!
Mixed booing applause.
I've met a dwarf a few times. I went to the market the other week, and I met a dwarf there, and he was selling gems. And I said to this dwarf, "Oh, hello. Why? I must inquire. Where did you get these gems?" And he said, "Mine."
Where
and
did
I
you
said,
get him?
He said, "Mine." And I said, "I thought they were for sale."
Bum, bum.
Fuck!
All right, I've got another one about dwarves. Here's another one.
You know, roll performance with advantage. Crew coming down the stairs. You guys are like halfway down the stairs. And you notice, I think there is a moment where you guys have heard the hubbub of the down there, and then you hear it cut off.
Uh-oh.
Dirty 20.
And then you hear a roar of laughter, and I'd say probably a good amount of jeering too, from the mysterious the mysterious crowd below you. Sparklonius, you are beset with a deafening wall of sound as your joke. They love dwarf jokes. Hrumnum tries to become smaller. Gib is really excited and he's going to try and do some acrobatics, and we're going to see how that goes.
Let's hope the
Gib
type. Let's
Gib
hope
rolled a
his
6.
type 5 can continue while we make our way to figure out what's going on down here.
Gib tries to do a flip and lands on Hrumnum. The merriment escalates depending how the next joke goes.
All right, here's another one about a dwarf. Why did the dwarf fall in the well?
Why?
Because he couldn't see that well.
Fuck again. And this time the crowd stays silent. Oh, this must be a long joke, I say to my allies in the stairwell. He must be telling a real long joke right about now. I hope by type 5 he didn't mean 1 5-minute long joke.
I do whatever the Velshruin version is of like crossing oneself. I'm not sure what that is.
Well, what is it?
Yeah, you tell us what it is.
I think it's a very like subtle finger gestures. Like not like the Naruto.
Just
like,
a quick finger tut.
You do thieves' cant to yourself?
Not like.
She quickly blasts out Chidori with her hands and moves on.
I don't know what that means.
It's one of those Naruto hand signals.
Oh,
one for the nerds out there.
I think it would be with one hand, just like, very like, it's just a very quiet, like the little, makes a little, shape with the fingers. I'm not sure. I don't know.
You do a gang sign to yourself.
Naruto fans, picture a cute little hand gesture that happens in the show.
Chidori, but cute.
Cute Dory.
Cute Dory.
From
cute,
Finding
I
Nemo.
bet some of them are cute.
For my necromancer. They're cute.
I think
that we're gonna die.
I think this is like a mixed reaction. This time, I think that the the goblins are really here for your dad joke, and the hobgoblins are
Too
like it
sophisticated.
just sort of it goes over their heads a little bit.
Yeah.
But the goblins are having a great time.
Here's another one. Where can you find a unicorn?
They're all just
Near the
punchlines.
center of the forest.
But those
Oh,
are two
man.
different creatures.
Do you
Uh,
have like a really is this like a really bad Google page? Is riddles.com or something?
um,
It would
I'll
probably
never
make-
tell.
roll performance with disadvantage.
Oh man.
Eat it.
Joke that
19.
requires.
They loved
What's-
it begrudgingly.
What's the deal with card players?
What?
A
Wait, is there no punchline?
a tomato flies from the nosebleed seats.
I eat it.
Blasts Harumnum in the face.
No, I put myself in
yeah.
front and I eat it.
Yeah, no, you catch it. It was aimed at Hrumdum, who was trying to escape the stage on hands and knees. But you intercept it and catch it and make it dissolve, and they're here for that too. And I think that resolves the 19. What is the deal with card players?
That one doesn't have a punchline yet.
And what does that have to do with?
What's the deal with card players?
Okay, Stair Crew, he's dying out there.
This is a wild place to workshop your Type 5.
Maybe we should start going a little bit.
Hold on, I've got one.
Okay.
Why do dragons sleep during the day?
Oh yeah, no, I want to see how many he's got. How many? What? Why?
Because they fight nights.
Haribo comes sprinting as fast as he can out of the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna come sprinting because the whole goal was to like poke our heads out. But if we could be at the bottom, like we'll have.
Yeah,
kept
no,
going
we're down at
you
the
know?
bottom now. For sure. Yeah, you guys, as he is as he's saying, there's there isn't a punchline yet for that joke. You guys are like peeking this tunnel.
Okay,
and
yeah.
seeing you see the you see the scene that I've described.
I'd love to get a lay of the land while he has their rapt attention. Try to scope out, I don't know, exants. We started talking about like possible tunnels exiting from this place down into the water if we need to get on a boat of some kind. I want to start like getting that lay of the land down, a perception check or survival if that feels apt.
Perception I'm here for. Thaddeus, you also have an opportunity for survival.
Okay.
Perception for me is a 10 though.
Let's
Okay.
take a look.
A skeleton walks into a bar. He says, I need a beer and a mop.
Marjorie, you also can roll perception.
Maybe it's just that Haribo is so... He is actually wants to hear these jokes. He wants to see Sparklonius get better at this, so he's gonna
That's a dirty 20 for
fucking
me.
go pay attention to that, I guess.
And that is a nat 20 from Thaddeus.
Wow. Okay. All right. So getting some good rolls from the back line. Okay. So you guys peep this corner. And you see that Sparkalonius is waving and gesticulating to a large audience. Most of the audience is far away and outside of your range of view, but they seem to be both above and below your line of sight. Sparkalonius and Gib, are standing on a metal platform jutting out into the open. You assume that there is a pit below your line of sight that they are performing down into, as well as people above. To either side of this this jutting platform is a set of metal pieces, interlocking metal pieces that form a rim around the side of this space off outside of your eye line. I'd say it looks surprisingly high tech to you, Haribo. And you also see Hrumnum has now made it to the railing off to the right.
Any exits?
Marjorie with a no, you know what? We're gonna do Marjorie's last. Thaddeus with a nat 20 survival. It finally clicks together now that you're like looking at it. This is a ruined dwarven construction. This is one of the I wouldn't say that they're ancient, but I would say that they're lost, quote unquote, lost makeworks, a modular mining and fabrication facility that could bore and tunnel and create things all as it moved throughout a seam of metal. And so you, I think that the big thing that you become aware of is that like all of these individual pieces are movable. There is a control something somewhere that does like could make these go potentially.
Okay.
Would take probably some know-how, some dwarven know-how, but like we know where the dwarven know-how is.
That's interesting. Just move the whole place away.
Move the whole place. Move different pieces of the place. Okay.
Let's move the place to the Goblin Village.
I know, place.
Marjorie, you are trying to scope things out, and as you do, you feel something magically. You feel a connection as you're trying to perceive. Do you grasp it?
I'm grasping.
Hell yeah, grasp away. You grasp this connection, and your vision greens out for a second. And when it comes back into focus, you are standing out on this platform next to Sparkalonius, mirroring his movements as he waves around. But you can see below you many hobgoblins all standing and variously like polite golf clapping, or they've got their arms crossed. But you see sort of off to one side that the sections of this stage floor do also sink lower and create like a lowered pit that goes off out of Gibbs' eye line. And also next to that pit, sort of walled off with some guards and some partitions, is a group of decently well equipped but nervous looking goblins. Am
I to assume that these are our goblins?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Decently dressed, I mean.
They seem
Decently
prepared
equipped.
for
They're
the
like
challenge at hand, so that
Mhm.
feels right.
They've been outfitted for the task.
So they're lower down beneath
They're
the
on the stage. They're on the same like longitude. They're on the same plane as the hobgoblins,
Got it.
but they are right on the edge of a lower section. They're on
Am
the
I
last section
possessing-
before the lower section.
Am I possessing Gib? Is that what's going on?
I would say you're sharing his senses.
Hmm. Do I see anything else?
Are there any
Mm,
other? Have we seen any
Like,
other
can I
exits?
control? Can I control what Gib turn Gib's head, or am I just like what happens?
No, you're
But
just
he
in here
happens to be
watching.
looking at. Dang. He probably isn't looking at anything interesting.
He's just sort of, mirroring. He's looking around generally. He did give you a pretty good picture.
Okay, I will relay that to the others.
Yeah, you guys sort of pool notes.
Can we get down there? Like, have we been noticed coming, like, scoping out from this tunnel?
I'm gonna go with no. The jokes have been distracting.
Can Haribo begin to make his way down? I'm still keeping an eye out for another way out because I still don't think taking them back up the stairs is the answer, because that just puts us back in the green room, which leads us out the front of the mountain into danger. We have to get back. Oh man, is that the best way to go? Because we need to go get Stuve. Like, we have to go back into the village no matter what. So it might be best to lead the goblins out. I don't know.
Do we have to get all the goblins?
What are we gonna get? Like 4 of them from the cage?
Just your favorites. I don't know. Just making solutions to your problem. All right.
The solution,
What did-
Marjorie, is not to get rid of most of them, but save a couple.
What
If
did the
goblins
wanted
really
poster...
wanted all their
They're
folks
not.
back, they would have come with you.
Listen, they're not all gonna fit in the cart.
What did the wanted poster for the escaped
It does sort of seem
halfling-
like Stuve has outlasted his usefulness.
the escaped
We're not leaving
halfling
Stu.
divination wizard say?
Sorry,
did
I
the-
missed.
What did the wanted poster for the escaped halfling divination wizard say?
That one's a bit wordy, but what?
I don't know.
Small, medium, at large.
Fuck.
It's a slow build. They don't want to laugh at that. They don't
What?
want to laugh at that. And then once the hobgoblins start laughing at it, the goblins who definitely did not get it at all are also begin laughing at it because like now that's what's happening. That's what we're doing now.
That was a pretty good joke.
But yeah, it is a pretty good joke. One of them says, "I thought you were a musician."
I am.
What is the rest of the party doing?
Haribo would
coming.
like to make his way down to scope out the bottom, the second lower floor again, a little more in detail now that we know the goblins are down there.
I mean,
Scope out what this area is like. If there's a way to get out from here, like if we don't need to move into bigger performance, what if we can just get out now? I don't know.
it will be a stealth check to go unnoticed coming out of a tunnel behind Sparkalonius.
Oh, this tunnel is also up on the performance stage.
Yeah, it's all on the
it
same
comes out
level.
next to the There are like balconies that go left and right off to the sides from where you're at, but directly in front of you is the performance stage.
Okay. Are we just gonna go perform with them? The plan is becoming more ethereal as we get here.
This might be just a fly from the seat of our pants situation.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it's feeling like. Should we go relieve
Yeah,
Sparkalonius, or should we give
I
him
think-
another
yeah.
type 5?
I mean, they said. I mean, in D&D times, how long has it been? They said the stairs take a long time.
I think that they will begin to wonder about the music after one more joke from Sparkalonius. So I think
Oh.
one more action from each of you before perhaps someone will be sent to look.
Okay, well, could maybe Thaddeus and Barson cook up a plan while me and Harbo go and perform? And Thaddeus could just say that he's doing a security check or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just I'm making sure the crowd is not going to be a problem.
That's not bad. Yeah, we can go join, run on stage, relieve Sparkalonius from having to entertain the crowd any longer by himself, and let Thaddeus get a lay of the land, I guess. He is security, so he doesn't necessarily have to be up on stage with us. Though we have pitched him as percussion.
That's true. I just don't know
But
how much we can trust Barson to
I
do
Yeah, I
anything.
could be looking for the dwarven controls of this place.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Yeah.
There's a way out for sure.
Try to give us try to give us some sort of signal when you found it, Thaddeus. Other than that, I
Okay.
think you're on your own for this one.
Yeah.
We need the stones of far speech.
Can you tell me how big the
Alright, did buy those.
spot where they come out of is? Like, how big is the entrance to that tunnel? Because if it's 20 feet, I could
Dwarf-sized?
I could completely obscure 20 feet of it.
It's smaller than 20 feet.
Okay, Sparkalonius is going to say, Sparkalonius is, I think, going to have his senses on this opening kind of the whole time, waiting for the rest of the band to appear. And so Sparkalonius is going to say, I've just got one more for you, and then we're going to introduce the band. All right.
Okay.
Tell us the joke. Where's the band?
Tell me, why have you never seen a dragon hiding in a tree?
Because they're too big.
Because they're so good at it. Now, here comes the band, and Sparkalonius casts a fog cloud on the tunnel.
Who
And
is doing that?
The conjuration version of Thaddeus that I conjure after casting fog cloud, because fog cloud is not a concentration spell. So I make the conjuration version of Thaddeus begin playing a drum that I also conjure, and he comes through the fog cloud, and I say, introducing our security / percussion, Thaddeus, the tallest dwarf there ever was.
The conjuration Thaddeus raises his twin mallets.
And then
The
does a
real-
flip,
real
and then does a
Thaddeus-
perfect front flip.
And then does maybe a perfect front flip, maybe, I guess.
What
Sure.
do you mean maybe? He's fake. I can make him do whatever I want.
Yeah, drum and all. The drum flips with him. He flips over the drum and then
Drum
back.
flips with him.
I make him fly around like a ragdoll. No, he just walks like a
I
normal
wouldn't do
dwarf.
that. Give away the game in just the funniest way. Um,
Does Sparkalonius know how dwarves walk and how dwarves move? He only knows how Sparkalonius stuff moves.
Real Thaddeus, make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh boy. That is 15. What's my deck? Where did the dex go? That's an 18. Thank
Woo!
you to advantage, because otherwise it was a 2.
Ooh.
Hey, nice. Okay, yeah. With an 18, you you come out. You give a quick scan. You see off to the left there is a balcony with a ladder going up. You can't. It just goes up to another tier of
Okay.
balcony. You can't see what's up there. And to the right, there is a ladder going down. There is also Rumnum, who is hiding behind the railing. Yeah, that's it.
Here's from Num on my way to those ladders.
Rumnum is on your way to the ladder going down.
Then I'm going to grab him by the back of his collar on my way to the ladder going down, and he's coming with me.
I just made it out.
Hey, wait! Not so hard! Not the ear! Okay, yeah, you stealthily bundle Rumnum towards the ladder behind the railings. All both of you crouch down. Who's next in the band?
Well, I mean, we have a fog cloud in front of us.
Yeah.
We're just looking at each other. Are you next? Are you next, Marjorie? Or am I next?
I think he'd probably be next.
There is, of course, more members of Kissing Booth. Some of them have shorter legs than Thaddeus, the tallest dwarf there ever was. They might take a moment.
That clearly means you, Marjorie.
Okay. I walk out with my fart. Or what's it
Yes.
called? My sweet
Yes,
horn.
of course. Here they
Your
come.
Fart
It's-
horn? What were you
it's
about to call that
Marjorie.
thing?
It's Marjorie, the thought horn player. Also known as the squeeze horn, depending on which circles you're from.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's a cute Awala. I like your color combination.
Thanks.
Fart.
Oh, I got my sweet
Fart
horn.
horn. Fart.
Fart
Horn.
horn.
Fart.
Fart
Horn.
horn.
Fart.
Fart
Horn.
horn.
Fart.
Fart
Oh,
horn.
it was an accident.
The crowd is chanting. That doesn't sound like a fart at all.
Sorry. Marjorie, how'd you learn to make that sound? Anyway, I think there's at least one more member of the band.
Harbo comes running out and he slides on his knees and plays a little quick ditty on the synth.
The belt player, Haribo.
Strikes an Aoyama pose, hands up in the air, belt thrust forward.
It glitters in the lights. All right. And now it's time. It's showtime.
Gib is also part of the band. He plays the bowls. Give us
Gib
a
tries to
show.
do.
Give us a
tries to
solo,
do a
Gib.
handstand.
I don't. Did we bring the bowls? Did anyone bring the bowls?
I've got some bowls inside of me.
Yeah, the bowls probably would be with Stu.
Shit. Gib, you should help out Thaddeus with the percussion.
Literally just have him like clap the beat of the song.
Clap and stomp.
And then
What you
and like
trained
and he can
for,
have
Gib.
and the audience can clap with Gib. Gib can
Oh, you can work the crowd, Gib. That's perfect. And we planned for this. You're working the crowd, of course.
Oh, hype man, Gib.
Gib tries to do a handstand and rolls a 2 and falls over. But quickly gets back up and starts clapping to try and like hype up the crowd. And now it's showtime. I think everyone on stage performance checks.
For our first song, we'll be playing a version of an epic that you might know, but this is the sequel, Gribbik the Brave 2, Electric Boogaloo. Here it comes.
I got a
That's an
dirty
18
20.
for Marjorie.
Ow.
18 for me.
Dirty 20 for me.
15 for Sparkalonius.
Damn. First time we've had higher than Sparkle.
I
That's
used it all up for
He
my
used
jokes.
it all in the Type 5, yeah. The Type 5 jokes he told.
That's what Type 5 means,
Those
right?
tight ass 5 jokes.
5 jokes.
Okay. Is the Ballad of Gribbik the Brave? Is Gribbik the Brave 2 a ballad, or is it a different kind of a song?
It is a
The
love
exact
song.
same backtrack. What are you talking about?
It's a love song. It's a love story about Gribbik's son and another goblin that he falls in love with named
Ribic
Tabitha.
2 Electric Boogaloo.
Tabitha, and her last
Tabitha.
name is Electric Boogaloo.
Tabifa or not Tabifa?
That
That
is
was
the
his
Electric
question.
Boogaloo.
That's the whole point of Act 2 of the song. Tabitha or not Tabitha, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay. Well then.
My name is Gribbik and I'm here
I
to
think
stay.
It's a very different beat structure, I gotta say.
I think
Gribbik-
this one starts with the synth. Sort of like a synth piano kind of a vibe, just sort of a twinkly melody. And then Mirror Thaddeus comes in with like doo 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 powerful stage drums or something.
Do 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 do. I can feel it.
And I don't know what the squeeze horn's doing, but it's doing it pretty great. Wait.
Listen, Phil Collins and Squeezehorn always has a crossover. I've always said it.
Yeah, I'll try to make some version of that.
Feel free to just clip the mouth drums that I did and just loop that.
Oh, yeah. We play Electric Boogaloo or whatever, Gribbik 2, which is actually just a ripped version of Can You Feel It? Or what, In the Air Tonight? Yeah. Beautiful.
I mean, I believe it.
It sort of has 80s power ballad vibes to it.
I mean, if we have chainmail crop tops, we
I
can
can
have.
feel it coming in the Gribbik tonight. Wait,
Oh
no,
my God.
no, not that.
Ew.
I take that
Ugh.
back. Something
He's
else, but
doing
it's
what
close to
in the
that.
Gribbik?
Gribbik's coming in the air tonight?
Gribbing in the air tonight.
Doing what? What
I
is
can
he
feel
doing?
it gribbing in the air tonight.
That's a good compromise.
Title of the episode.
I don't know. I can feel it coming in Gribbik tonight is pretty good.
Okay. Thaddeus, Thaddeus and Hrumnum, you guys have reached the ladder, and you scope it out, and the hobgoblins down below you are, I'd say, fairly distracted. They're all watching the stage. The ladder is pretty exposed. So it won't be like the easiest stealth check coming down this ladder. But I will say, give me a perception check from where you're at.
Okay. No. No. That's a total of 6.
Well,
And from them
with a
help at all?
Could he? Yes. Will he? That's a different question.
We have about 5 minutes, if I recall, about how long this song is.
No, it loops.
It loops.
Okay. With a 6,
Yeah, 5 minutes.
the only way
36
through
seconds.
is down. You've got to go get those goblins, and they're down there with all the other goblins.
All right. Rumnum, you
Rumnum's
go
like,
first.
this doesn't look like a particularly good idea. Are you sure about this?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going.
All
You
right.
lead the way.
Okay. Oh no. Um. Um. Okay. Rumnum gets up and sort of crouches over to the ladder. And he gets out onto it, and he rolls a natural 19.
Hell yeah.
And so he he gets down onto it, and then he swings around behind it so that he's sort of underneath the balcony, and he just kind of slides down the ladder down to the bottom out of your sight.
Nicely done.
That was nice.
You got
Well,
one, or is he now
he's-
just
No,
free?
that was so inspirational. I just rolled a 19.
Oh man, you saw him do it. And
yeah.
you follow right
Like,
along behind, copy his
If Rumnum
movements.
can do it, I can do it.
And you could do it. Down you go as if it's a fireman's pole, but it's a ladder. And you drop down into the shadow with nary a jingle.
I can feel
And
it
from down here, you are against the inside wall of this stage floor. If you follow this wall to your right, you will make it to the place where the floor drops down, and where these goblins are partitioned off and guarded.
Okay. I think that's where we're going to head. And I will continue to scout to see if I see any dwarven levers or machinery or switches or anything.
Yeah, you keep looking, Mr. Six.
Yeah.
Folks on stage. Say, it's time for a solo. Is whoever's got the solo section of Electric Boogaloo, it's time for you to shine bright. If anyone has magic to help them or help Thaddeus, it's a good moment for that. And whoever's not doing those things can make perception or any other check.
I think Sparklonius would take well, there's obviously 7 solo sections in this song.
Obviously.
Sparklonius will take the first solo section. He is going to shoot some prestidigitation magic through the fog cloud, and just sort of like wave the sparkly rays all around the crowd. And in doing so, is also going to weave in a bardic inspiration mote of inspiration to our friend Thaddeus, wherever he may be in the venue. So that's bardic inspiration and then a bonus thing depending on what type of roll you make. He's just gonna send it on that solo. He's just gonna blast off.
Yeah, I would.
Sounds like a lot of. It sounds like you just did the support thing.
I think
definitely.
that. Yeah, I mean he's better at that than I would be ever anyway. But I
also make myself really big.
Yeah, way more than me.
I blow
probably
myself
could,
up like a bubble.
Kill somebody, but
I
that
think what
wouldn't
I
help.
can provide to this is throughout the first phase before Solo 1, I cast grease on the stage and like spread out some grease, and then I can light that on fire so he has like a fire back, you know? Not the whole stage on fire, but like
Wait,
I
are
do
we
like a
gonna
line
go
of
off?
grease fire behind him so he has like
Oh, I
flames
thought I was
behind
just gonna
him.
fall down.
Fire in a cave? Is there airflow?
What?
For the
we'll find
We're in
out.
the midst of a performance. I'm not worried about that.
All right.
I don't need to
Okay.
breathe for an hour.
I think I will, with my urchin background, maybe see if I can scope out exits, if there's any, or like any easy routes if we need to escape. Maybe roll for survival for that. I don't know. I don't think distraction wise I can really provide anything besides like casting Toll of the Dead, but that would not help. It would distract if I shriveled somebody up, but I don't think that helped.
Yeah, just do it one by one, and hopefully they won't notice.
Mm-hmm.
Bless? You could bless. You could bless
Up to 3 targets within 30 feet.
up to 3 targets. You could bless
Isn't
Thaddeus
blessing
and the
just
crew.
healing?
No, bless is it's kind of like Sparkalonius's mode of inspiration that he like bardic inspiration he's always giving out. You bless up to 3 creatures within range, and whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, they can roll a d4. I guess it's more for attacks, but yeah, never mind.
I'm attacking their eardrums with music.
Yeah. Yeah. No, a lot of this is a lot more aggressive than supportive, which is
Sorry.
no. It's just a
It's the flavor of cleric. Okay, I have a perception check. I have 2 different spells. I need a performance check from somebody.
I mean, I'm soloing. Let me take care of this one.
If anything, I think maybe what I'm granting to that is like a help roll. So like I don't know, advantage or an addition to
Don't
it
need
based on the okay.
18.
Then instead it says it's a distraction. I'm hoping that the big flashy lights of the fire draws eyes so that they're focused on us still.
All right. Yeah, we get to the first solo. The tender moment where Gribic the second and Tabitha first have their secluded moment alone.
And he's absolutely
My fam-
tearing shit up.
My
Oh, yeah, no,
family
you're
hates
going
your
for it.
Tabitha. And my family hates your Scribic. But we got a kiss. And then the solo kicks in.
And the fire goes off. And what is the benefit of the inspiration?
Depends on what type of roll he uses it on.
Okay.
For now, it's just a little colorful sprite that follows him around.
Subtle.
That's magic.
Yeah, all right. Grace, use your busted skill.
My busted skill?
Your
my survival?
your nonsensical survival skill.
Oh, my +5 to survival. Mm, That would be a 19.
Okay. There's no squeeze horn during the non-squeeze horn solos. And so you have a moment to cast your eyes about, and what draws you in is this lowered section. Because it doesn't line up neatly with the cave wall. It looks like it lowers down and connects with more tunnels that are not a part of this room.
Okay.
It's very dark down there. It's all you can see, but it's not. It looks like there's cave dark down there.
That makes sense. There probably would be more tunnels. So.
Thaddeus, the goblins are maybe 40 yards from where you're at now.
And what's between me and Crumnum and them?
The outskirts of this crowd, all sort of facing towards the stage. You can sort of skirt them, but like you will be out in the open skirting them.
Okay.
There are. It's like rope partitions separating these goblins from the hobgoblins. I think there are metal railings that extend. You know what? Nix the rope partitions. There are metal railings that extend all the way around the edge of this drop on the other side, except for a gate that leads into where the goblins are being held. That gate is open. On either side of it are hobgoblin guards.
Right. I'm going to tell Crumnum we're going to go up. We're each going to take a hobgoblin guard, and then we're going to get our goblin friends, and then I will cue the stage for the big finale.
Okay.
So I don't know what that
Okay.
means. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to give them like a wild wrap it up gesture, and we'll see what they do from there.
Okay. So the first step, I think, will be stealth checks to cross this open path. And then, based on how stealthily that happens, we can talk about how we want to assault these guards at this party. And then we can sort of figure it out from there, I guess.
All right. Well,
So let's get those stealth checks first, huh?
I may not be perceptive, but that's another 19 stealth check for Mr. Crop Top Chainmail.
Stealthy moving
Wow.
across this party.
All right,
Maybe it's a
Rumnum.
loud party.
What do you got?
It's a loud performance at the party at a minimum.
Well, maybe that's why they're not hearing the jingle of my chainmail.
Or maybe you've got your
Uh-oh.
arms crossed.
How'd Rumnum do?
Rumnum rolled a 16.
What?
Rumnum rolled a 16.
Dwarves? The dwarves are on fire.
Okay. So I think you guys start moving towards the these guards, sort of blending in with the crowd, kind of, the way you move at parties, trying not to attract too much attention to yourself. And I think there's a moment where Hrumnum jostles someone, but it's right when Sparkalonius is reaching the crescendo of his solo, and the moment passes and you guys move on.
I will give him a look as we keep moving.
He looks terrified. People on the stage.
Haribo, is there a better? I'm curious. Like, does being out here on stage give us a better vantage point? I think that Thaddeus shared with us that this is a dwarven works. Is there like a visible command center? Like, is there like a overlooking? I don't know. Like, what is it? What would it be called? Like, control center from our point of view, or is this like what was left in the wake of the dwarven works? Does that make sense? Like, is this the product, or is this the machine we are inside of?
This is the machine. Yeah, no, this is definitely the machine. You do have a different vantage from out here on the stage. You can see down into the bowl. You can get sort of a 360 around you as you are here. So yeah, I mean, if you want to just kind of put on a synth beat and do the looking around and trying to figure something out during this little chunk of tune.
Yeah, backing Sparkalonius, I threw some fire down. He's got most of the attention with fire behind him. I can just keep that synth beat laid low and scope out in a 360 like I'm working the crowd, but instead percepting.
Yeah, we're doing the chase, the well-known chase sequence.
Of course.
In Electric Boogaloo, we bring up the BPM, but it's a pretty simple theme that's just like and while that's happening and everyone's just sort of bouncing, you can have a look around.
Let's see, perception is a 14.
Okay. With a 14, I will give you one notable thing. Do you want a thing from the bowl or a thing from up high?
Thing from up high. We've gotten a lot from down in the bowl.
Okay. As you are, as you're bouncing around and you're doing sort of a 360 looking around, you clock the ladder off to the left that goes up. It goes up to another level of balconies, and as you follow these balconies as you're bouncing along, they come to basically above the exits of the tunnels directly behind you, and they go, back. They go further, deeper in, I suppose. And up there are banks of what to your artificer future eyes look like generators. There are definitely dials, things that look like they could be meters for readouts. There's stuff that says controls to you. You don't see like buttons and knobs and whatever, but like the brain of this thing looks like it's over there.
I'd like to start planning the quickest path up to there that I can from my current position, which I know is up the ladder and around the balcony, but like preparing for that dead sprint if I need to.
Back off the stage, around and up. Yes.
Because I'm sure that if Thaddeus had gone towards the control room, that I would see him if that's what I imagine the controls to be. So if he has gone a different way, which is cool.
Yes,
I mean,
he went the other way and down.
Then Haribo would be preparing for, I guess my assumption is Thaddeus is closer to the goblins, so that will probably what his plan routes around. So I'll make my way to the controls when need be. A lot of controls. I imagine it's going to require a few sets of hands here, but I'm prepared. I can cast Grease again through the fire to be that like finale boom we need.
Noise. You have something, Grace?
I was just gonna say I would like to scan to see if there were any big players also in this room, like
Oh, that's a good
Fractal
point.
or whatever that lady's name is again, Mallory, Melanie,
Miranda.
Miranda. I almost said Melissa. That's my boss. Yeah. Just roll for that because maybe if we're about to pull something off, it would be good to know if there are eyes on us.
All right. Do it quick. The Squeeze Horde solo's coming up.
Where did I put my sheet? 3. That would be a 16.
Everyone knows the squeeze horn is the big finale.
Okay. With a 16, as you are scoping it out, you can't see like a ton of detail of who's who down in the pit. Because like the lights are bright. But as you are sort of scoping the perimeter of this pit, you do see there is like a hexagonal section that is slightly raised from the stage floor. I think basically on the back wall across from where you guys are. And you can't really see who's up there. You do see that there are figures up there, but you do see the glowing red outline energy horns that we recall from Miranda's intro episodes ago.
I think as we're jamming, I'm gonna find a way to get Haribo's attention, like subtly, and kind of point with my eyes towards the
Both of you
end
make
of the
wisdom
horn.
saves.
Okay.
Not good.
Well,
6.
plus 5 is 16.
Haribo, she's definitely trying to tell you something.
I hate it here.
Yes, Marjorie, your solo is coming up.
We're all looking forward to it.
I can't wait. I nod at her, and I do a little hand motion like I'm playing the squeeze horn, and I nod again.
It feels like we are closing in on things popping off.
Can we wrap it up be done at 9? Because I'm already kind of tired.
Oh goodness, no.
Oh, dang.
So we are going to have to find the cliffhanger
Yeah, not like
moment.
wrap up
so I
the
will
story,
I
but
will
we can
be
wrap up
looking.
the session,
I'll be looking
yes.
for it.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, I know that.
Yes.
And we get
So
the
I think our
goblins and we
first-
go home and we win.
Our first avenue to things popping off. Let's see how Thaddeus and Rumnum are doing here. So you guys you managed to reach the guards undetected. You just want to go the straight 1v run, just kind of surprise them, Jump them.
1v Hrum.
From
Yeah,
B1.
I think so. I think we're just gonna have to element of surprise and see how far we get.
Okay.
And just so I understand, this entire space, if I figure out what fucking button means go forward or up out of the mountain, does the entire space, like all the hobgoblins, the goblins, the stage, like everyone in the room comes with us, right? Like the whole arena?
Probably not. I think you would probably like this is more than you would know about like ancient dwarven mega
Then
structures
perfect.
and
That's the best I got then. That's going to be my assumption because I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to know more than I should know. I like
Okay. Yeah, no, I have the answers, but I have no good logical reason to give them.
We'll see when we start pressing buttons.
The dwarves went off on a rescue mission, and like they're the only way to shoehorn this knowledge. So you're just going to find out.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get these guys.
Get them in the middle of a party.
I don't think that you have anything on you except your bare knuckle mitts.
No, he's got a gun.
His axe should have been his weapon or his
My instrument.
his instrument.
Oh yeah, I guess you do have your. I mean, okay, you're gonna get out your axe and two-handed beat him with it.
I mean, I think that would probably draw an unnecessary amount of attention.
Me too.
It would,
yeah.
I think it would be more like charging at him like a mosh pit.
Ooh, start a mosh pit near him.
Yeah, like slam into him like we're starting a mosh pit. And then maybe just body check him a little too hard.
Let's open this freaking pit up. Wall of death. Wall of death.
So I don't know what you want me to roll to.
Okay.
Basically start a dance circle but slam dance into the guard.
Yeah. This is going to require, I think, a charisma
punch.
Okay.
I mean, like a charisma check, I think. Like maybe even like a charisma saving throw, because the consequences of this not going well could be shitty.
Yeah, and you have an extra D4 if you need it.
That's
D6?
a 16. That's a 16.
That's right. It's
without
a D6 now.
Without the bardic.
Save it for later.
Yeah.
Rainy day.
I mean, I think this is a check that you want to go as well as it possibly.
Oh, is it? Well, then I will use that bardic. Is that a?
This is a
D4?
D6.
Oh, D6.
Yeah, I have a D6 now. And because you're using it on a saving throw, you add it to your roll as normal, and then you gain temporary hit points equal to the roll.
That's that added 6 to my 16.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get 9 temporary hit points because it also adds my charisma modifier.
Nice.
Both slammed and danced.
And the moat pops.
Okay, so after the chase sequence, we get to the climactic fight. Yeah. At the end of most chases, there's a climactic fight. And you guys are going hard up there. However, you guys are playing out your fight sequence, but
oh, Lord have mercy, I'm begging you, please. It's in the air tonight.
So many songs mashed into one song. So many different songs.
as that gets pumping, Thaddeus, you're suddenly drawing lots of attention to yourself. You're jumping, you're stamping, you're thumping your axe. You're getting the primal beat going. And the hobgoblins are getting into it, and Rumnum doesn't really know what's going on, but he's kind of trying to be there too. And an impromptu sort of mosh starts to gel together. And they're starting to crush in. They're starting to get kind of close. They're the goblin guards are looking around like, what are we doing? What's happening? I think, and one of them is gonna make a charisma save of his own. And he rolled very badly.
Fuck yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, what's all this?" But no one can hear him over the sound of everything. And so I think you have advantage on your body check with a concealed axe.
Jesus.
That's a Warhammer tucked into my shirt. I'm not just happy to see you.
And Hrumnum's got like a little mallet. But he does not have disadvantage on his attack roll.
All right, so I'm doing an attack roll at advantage. That is a 19 plus strength, so that's a 23.
Rumnum rolled another 19.
Dang.
Gang down there.
Okay.
The most unlikely plan. First, you had to sneak across a crowded party. The non-stealth character did it flawlessly. Like, had to start a slam dance, saved on that charisma save. Fantastic. Good to go. Slam danced both of the fucking guards. Like, it's wild out there.
The perfect plan. No one could expect it.
It is this plan is highly improbable that it was successful thus far.
God.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
So you see Hrumnum conk this guy out with his little hammer, just pop on the head. And so does the other guard, and his eyes get big, and then you come in and body check him with your concealed warhammer, and he falls down, and you dance on him. And at some point he loses consciousness and stops being a threat. And
all right.
The two of you drag their bodies off behind the railing to the beat. And maybe you take some of their stuff. Maybe you take their hats and you put them on.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So now you guys are still bobbing to the beat, but now you guys are the pretend guards.
Woohoo!
Wow! I can't believe it worked.
I don't know that, and does the band see this? I don't know. You guys quite rolled the perception to see this happen.
We're waiting on
the signal.
Whatever the signal will be, but we're just playing until we get a signal. I imagine at this point, I mean, we've done a bunch of solos, right? I feel like I'm holding off on another like blast cast of grease through whatever fire I've made. That way, it like is at least like a good flashbang for when we need action, but like. We're just playing a song, trying to entertain this crowd. This song has gone so far. We've gone through the battle scene now. What now?
I think we've only got like one. We've got like one scene left. Is sort of
the aftermath.
Is this one a tragedy? Is this a good one? Is this?
Oh yeah.
No, this one's not a tragedy.
Song?
This one ends in victory.
Okay, so then there's the triumphant sort of reunification. moment that happens here right at the end. Everyone roll performance checks.
Oh, fuck. Not good.
24.
The mojo's leaving me.
Holy moly.
17.
6.
Oh.
Oh man.
Okay. The squeeze horn is going great. We somehow, to everyone's except for your dismay, we somehow skipped the squeeze horn solo, and just kind of got straight to the meat and potatoes of it. But
I really am so
you know
devastated
how
about
this song
that,
ends,
yeah.
and you're squeezing along to it. Sparkalonius, you are a radiant joy to behold. You are in your element. This is the biggest crowd you've ever played for, and you are playing for them.
Harbo got grease on his belt and can't and keeps messing up the notes he's trying to play.
Yeah,
So
no,
greasy.
it's sort of bad over in Harbo's corner of the stage. Your belt is greasy. You've somehow managed to press the catch of it. So the belt, it's on you, but the buckle has popped, and so you're
trying to hold it on, keep
you're
it on
holding
and
it
play
together
at the same
and
time.
also playing trying to click it back in there, but it's like an airplane belt and it doesn't want to.
Mhm.
But Gib rolled a 15, and so he's out in front of you, just kind of waving his hands to the beat, nothing to
Beautiful.
see here.
Thanks, Gib.
And you guys reach.
I'm sure is killing it.
You reach the crescendo. And at the top of the episode, the hobgoblin that dropped you off mentioned that you guys would hear drums when they were for sure ready for you to go.
Have they not played those drums yet? We're not even supposed to have started yet?
No, I mean you guys just went for it, and
I hope
they're
you have another
loving it.
type
There's
5 Sparkalonius.
All right, so what did the...
I mean, we'll see.
No,
We'll
I
see
know,
how
I
this,
know.
But now these drums go, and it sounds like, based on the scale of the sound and the echoing of the room, that entire hexagonal platforms of this room have been converted to drum, and there are whole teams of goblins just in unison beating the hell out of these drums. And all of the lights pivot from your stage. They pivot around back to this little raised platform, and you can see many hobgoblins and a smattering of other races, all bedecked in their concert finery. And all of the assembled personages here on this platform, when the lights come down on them, they all split to either side, to reveal, standing against this back wall, a tall hobgoblin in a slimming suit, with some sort of a twinkling jewel at his throat. You cannot see from this distance what it is, except that it's sparkly. And he is standing next to a rectangle that juts out of the wall at the back here. There's a few like big switches on the back of this panel. Thaddeus, from where you at, you can see that at least one of these switches is like snapped.
Snapped, like broken,
like broken, like just a stump.
Okay.
And the pounding on the drums is pretty short. You know, sort of a call to attention. The energy of the crowd does not die out, but there is like a tense hush that comes over the crowd as everyone swivels and turns to follow the lights. And a magically amplified voice booms throughout the space. The voice says, "Thank you, Kissing Booth. A wonderful and rousing performance of an ancient classic, Gribic 2 Electric Boogaloo. But now, it is time for the main event. Welcome to the trial." And all of the goblins starts chanting, "Trial, trial, trial," and that the chant builds and builds and builds, and I think the episode closes with that building chant and half of the lights in this space moving in like sync to now point at the hexagon of goblins and also Thaddeus and Frumnum
Great.
standing there in their guard outfits. And that, I think, is where we're going to end the episode.
Dang, all right.
The trial's about to kick off. Oh my god. We have to act. I don't have any fucking clue. Oh boy.
Well, I'm glad you got down there so successfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're there. So that's
But
good.
now
Well,
what?
if
Yeah.
you kill the thing, you can join the tribe.
It's true.
Maybe we should just live here now. You know, the
This-
goblins are here. We could invite your best friend to come and live with us.
Do we
Yeah.
really have to find out what's up with Wilhelm's hole?
Dekram is probably gone. Let's be honest, guys. Dekram's gone.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, guys.
Yeah, it is, but that's okay. Just kidding.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
if
have
you
to.
were people in the town, I don't know these people.
True.
I'm not dating.
I'm not
Miranda.
from town either. I don't know these people.
We're gonna have to get over to that control panel and see what we can do, and how big this movement it will be when we get moving. Who fucking knows? Oh boy.
All right, I am so sleepy, so I'm gonna go. But GG's, guys.
GG's.
Mhm.
We're in it now.
Yeah. We are literally in the middle of it.